Without really knowing it, Gran Turismo Spec 2 has a fantastic money grinding method, and I think it's completely accidental. I think it'll get patched soon. I did consider whether I should cover it or not, but I thought about this, and my loyalty lies with you guys, not necessarily with PD. So I'm going to cover exactly how you can make about 5 million credits per hour in Gran Turismo 7. Let's go. So first of all, to get the maximum payout here, you need to be collector level 50, and you need to have completed the Daytona circuit experience. You're also going to need a really low PP car like the R-Bath 595 and put an engine swap in the car. This is going to mean that it's going to be incredibly high performance compared to its stock very low performance points. You're also going to need a high performance car, a high PP car. I think anything over 1000 PP works perfectly fine. Just sort your list by high PP numbers. Whether you've got the Red Bull X2014 or the Tomahawk, either works well. And the important thing to do, I'm going to show you right now, is to tune the car so that the gear ratios mean that the car cannot go fast at all. With any 1000 PP car or more, just head over to the car settings. Head over to the fully customizable racing transmission, go to manual adjustments and make all the gear ratios as small as they can be. Push them all the way to the left hand side. Except I've found if you use the 7th gear ratio to be a little bit faster, it means they continue around the track a bit quicker. They're less of an obstacle. And then the car you're going to use to drive in is going to be the R-Bath 595 SS70. This is my tune. I've played with this quite a bit, and it's actually really quite fast around the oval, the Daytona tri-oval. So here is the car. It's got the NASCAR paint scheme on, the Jeff Gordon paint scheme, which is going to give it a few extra tenths of a second a lap, but the car settings are as shown here. Now this is an incredibly weird setup, but it's just to make sure it's fast but safe to drive. So importantly, the tyres, I've got sports medium on the front and racing soft at the rear. That's very important. I've got the fully customizable suspension. Here are all the settings here. It's not set super low because when it's set too low, the steering can bind up a little bit. That isn't good at all. I've got the fully customizable differential. I don't think I set any of this stuff, but here's what it is. Downforce is 0. I don't have any downforce parts in this car. I've got the fully customizable ECU set at 100. I've added ballast back to the car because it's so light. So I've added 200 kilograms of ballast, and I've got the balance position all the way forwards to stop the car from wheeling. This car's got so much power, it can wheelie very easily. Power restrictor is at 100. The fully customizable racing transmission, and it's set to 280. I haven't adjusted the gears manually, but here they are on the screen. I do have nitrous installed. That is an important thing. It gives you an extra boost of power, and it's set to maximum. Now, I've got a bunch of other things thrown at it. We've got high RPM turbocharger, anti-lag, strong anti-lag system, racing intercooler, racing air cleaner, racing silencer, racing exhaust manifold. Brakes, we're not really going to need them, but I've got them on there anyway. Hand brake, all this kind of stuff. Brake balance controller, brake balance all the way forwards. Again, we're not using the brakes in this event at all. Clutch and flywheel racing. Basically install as many performance stuff in this car as possible. Just copy what's on screen and you'll be good to go. And importantly, let's not forget, it's got the K20 C1 Civic engine swap in this car. So the engine swap is required to get the high performance power. So with those two cars in your garage, head over to World Circuits. Now go to the Americas, head over to Daytona Speedway, and then we're actually going to go down to custom race. We're going to choose the tri-oval. This is the easiest race to do. I think it's possible to do it in other races. You get similar payouts, but this is the most efficient way, and I've seen guys do it completely away from keyboard, just rubber bands on controllers kind of stuff. I'm not going to show you that now. Feel free to use your own initiative to get some rubber bands set up, but it's the Daytona tri-oval, and then we're going to set the race as such. Now I have already saved these settings, which it makes it easier to come back, so I'm just going to load them, but I will talk you through each of the individual settings so you know exactly what to do. So right from the top, it's lap race. Now I'm going to set 10 laps. The more laps you do, the more payout you get, but it doesn't scale up. I think 10 laps is a reasonable amount. You can do it in just about over 7 minutes. Number of cars is 20, the maximum number of cars, and we're going to start last on the grid. It needs to be a rolling start just to get you away from the other cars, and I highly recommend the rolling start interval to be 50 meters. Again, it spreads you out from the other cars. Boost is off, slipstream is real. None of this stuff really matters, I don't think, but set it as I've got it shown on screen. Nitrous, put that on 10x because that extends the amount of time you can use nitrous for, so you can use it for almost the entire race and you won't run out of nitrous. Now I have set preset weather, dry conditions, the time of day doesn't really matter, but this is a reasonably important one. Equal conditions mode, set this to be on, because that will ensure that the wind direction and all of that other potential variable stuff is exactly the same each time. No custom weather. Here's another important one. We're going to choose select car from garage, and then we're going to open the garage selection screen. This is where you're going to translate all of the drivers except yourself to use your high PP, so anything over 1000 PP but with the gear ratios broken, to mean that they cannot get any high speed. So we're going to choose that. I've done it already, but here's what you do. Just choose the driver, choose change car, find the car in your garage that is set to be artificially slow, and then keep going down there through them all. And then at the bottom, choose apply. Set the rivals to be at professional level difficulty. Again, they've got no chance. Their car cannot go any faster than almost walking speed. All of this stuff is probably not a problem, but these are the settings. So we click on start race. So off the line, we're just going to smash full throttle, head to the outside of all of the tomahawks, and we're just going to keep cruising past them. There's always going to be an R-bath width to the outside, and we're just going to cruise through this race. It's not a particularly difficult race. You can wall ride. Wall riding doesn't lose the clean race bonus. Hitting another car does lose the clean race bonus, as also do track cuts to the inside. So make sure you don't cut the track to the inside. And now we're free. We can just run the lap times, keep an eye out for cars. I do just back off the throttle for the turns, and then just get back on the throttle, 5th gear for the majority of it. Boost whenever you feel like you've got the grip and the line available to do so. Nitrous doesn't really run out particularly often because we've got that 10x multiplier, so we're good to just run laps as fast as we possibly can. Now you will be lapping cars reasonably frequently. I'd highly recommend passing to the outside on all occasions. There's always going to be a car's width to the outside, even if it involves you scraping around the wall. It's safe to do so on the outside. 41 already there, guys. So if we just sneak into the outside of these guys, not a problem here. And this car actually is reasonably fun to drive, considering it's such a broken setup. It's designed to be a little bit understeery on front tyre, especially to allow you just to be able to cruise around these corners easily. This car can be a nightmare to drive with a more regular tune, but we're good to go here, hitting those 41-second lap times around the Daytona Tri-Oval. 40 seconds flat, guys. This is actually an incredibly fast tune. And across the line, we're going to finish this race in almost exactly 7 minutes. So 7 minutes 1 second, I think, was the race time. And we've actually earned the trophy for the oval lap, so that's a double bonus. So 7 minutes for that race, 40.744, and that's almost 600,000 credits for 7 minutes work. That is a lot of credits for not much work, guys. And all we do is we just exit the replay, we head over to retry, and then we start again. It's as simple as that. Repeat that process again, and because it's in small chunks of grinding, essentially, if you've only got 10 minutes spare, you can hop on, get yourself 600,000 credits, and just hop off again. It's all good. You don't have to commit to 1 hour of grinding. You don't have to commit to a 30-minute Le Mans race. You can just hop on, throw down a quick 600 credit 7-minute run, and then go and do other things in the game that you're going to find very interesting. So there we have it, guys. Essentially that is a 5 million credit per hour grinding method. 7 minutes gets you 600 credits. Extrapolate that through an hour and that's your 5 million credits per hour. Let me know what you think of that in the comments below. The tune for the R-Bar 595 is my own tune. I've worked on this. Let me know what you think of that in the comments below. Guys, if you want to know more about tuning in Gran Turismo 7, I've got links to other videos which you're going to find really interesting. Make sure you go and check those ones out as well. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.